Hello and welcome back. We're back. It's been a long time, but we're back. It's the Music Shack with both
Ray, hi.
and Jack. Hi, and we're back for another
I'm annoying.
episode. And it's been a really quiet week, so we're gonna improvise a little bit, and we're gonna talk initially about Mean Girls.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Mean Girls the musical, which is funny. We don't talk about movies on this podcast, but we are going to talk about it today because why not? We've talked about Renee Rapp before on this podcast, so
There's our in. That's
Um,
our in.
exactly. That's our in. But both me and Jack went to
Yeah.
see the movie. I thought it was really good. I think if you're going into it like knowing that it's a recreation of the Broadway musical versus like the original movie, it's good. If you think it's a recreation of the original movie, you're not gonna like it. But that's not what it is. Um, but what were your thoughts?
Are you sure you want to start this? Because I am a huge musical theatre fiend. And I've listened to the Broadway soundtrack for as long as I can remember. It's actually coming and opening up in London this year.
Oh my
So that's really
God.
fun. Can't wait to hear it and see it.
Maybe we should
We should go because it's going to be interesting. There's been a lot of conversations around the soundtrack part of the movie, how it doesn't compare to the Broadway. And
Okay.
I came into this and I really love. So there's specific songs that are kind of being like attacked. So it's "Stupid with Love," "Revenge Party," and there's also another one I can't think.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I never watched the Broadway one, so I don't know. I genuinely like have no idea what the soundtrack sounds like, so I can't really compare it.
It's
But
a lot more like excitable and like enthusiastic, pretty much
on
on Broadway.
Broadway,
Yeah,
really, because I feel like Revenge Party is excitable.
it
Like,
is, but it's also it's mostly the Angry Rice part of it where it's like, and I've seen a
okay.
snake eat a cow, like that part.
Oh
Right.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
in
Okay.
the right, so it's like I've got two things to say about this. Musical theatre is completely different to like scores and like things in films. It's been done in the
Yeah.
past. Like there's been so many musical theatre productions that have been produced into films. Some done really well, some done really bad. Not really bad, but like there's a lot of controversy because like let's say Dear Evan Hansen. Ben Platt was too old to be playing
Yeah.
Dear Evan playing Evan Hansen, but that's another story. So I think when you look at things from like a Broadway perspective or like a theatre perspective, the inflections and like the finished product is such you look for higher energy. People going to see a film aren't going to leave halfway through, most likely, like especially if you're going to pay to see it, or like they're mostly playing it for the nostalgia of like the Mean Girls audience, right?
Yeah.
So they know people aren't going to be there caring super a lot about like if it matches like completely like perfectly with the Broadway version. Um, but like in the Broadway version, everything is a lot more like enthusiastic, like hyper focused on like gaining and keeping the audiences like focused. And there's just a lot more like emphasis with words and emphasis with like movements and like just overall like it's a lot more excitable and it's a lot more fast paced and it's a lot more fun to listen to in some ways. But in the film, especially, so we'll say with "Stupid with Love," "Stupid with Love" is like sung in more of like a upbeat sort of like dreamy sense, right?
Okay.
But in the film, it's given like a
Yeah.
very flat and like sort of like
Okay.
lost thing.
I was gonna say, like, I think it comes down to the girl who plays Katie. What's her name? What's that?
Anguri
Ang-
Rice.
Angori
Yeah.
Rice. Yeah. I she's not that good of a singer. Like, I think it might come down to that because like she that performance was also giving flat. Like when I listened to it like on Spotify, I could tell like it's flat. Whereas like Revenge Party for me, like like Janice, like she just
Oh,
delivers it so well. Like, oh my
yeah, so
god, I'm
good. Like
obsessed.
I'm gonna say Karen completely stole the show. I know this is where everybody's like so
Oh,
excited about Renee. Renee was incredible, of course, but Karen was like
yeah.
the best. Like The way like she performed in Sexy was
Avantika,
so
I
good.
love Avantika so much from that.
Yeah, it's just like like it's like I, I think when you come into it, like, yes, it is flat, right? Like the performances of like Stupid with Love are flat, but it's also, I think it matches with the film perfectly, right? You're in like a very like sort of, she's in like a completely new environment, which is obviously the same in the Broadway one, but her compared to like the Broadway type, so like her compared to like the performance on Broadway is completely different. Like they're completely different characters. They're the same character, but they're done in completely different ways, and I think it fits more.
Okay.
I don't agree that it should be as flat as it is, but I also think like it sort of lends in hand. Like she's so lost, she can't find her feet. Like literally the scene before, she like walks out to go to the toilet without like asking for a like toilet pass and like so she's like so genuinely like lost in this. So it's like it is just more of like, I think it does fit with like sort of the mindset if you're looking at it that way, but it is really flat. And I do like it. I like listening to it, but it's also just because I think it's, while it's flat, it's like, I don't know, it's just still a vibe. I think, but it's just the lyrics of the song is a vibe. Like the whole song is a vibe. It doesn't matter how it's sung. Like I do understand where people are coming from like the Broadway perspective, and comparing it. But Revenge Party, again, like it seems to always go down to like Angourie Rice is like the one that's not performing, but it is also,
she's not performing.
Yeah, like I've never seen her sing in anything. I don't think she has actually. She's been in one soundtrack before, from what I've seen on Spotify. So I don't know if she is like someone who is like at heart, or like has just has done this role and has learned. And if you know what, if she's learned for this role, like then
she did a good
like
job.
for real, like it's a hard role to take. And I don't know, I think it's hard. I really love the film. I think it's awesome. The way they've updated it.
I think it's perfect for the movie.
Yeah.
Like I think in a movie setting, I think you're totally right. Like you have to remember that like it's the same way how people complain when books are made into movies. It's like people like the way that you can tell a story in a movie versus a musical versus like a theater performance versus a book. It's all so different, and they have to adapt, otherwise it doesn't translate. And I think I don't have much perspective on how it was before, but I can get where people are coming from on that for sure.
Yeah. I literally ran over. Icy Stars was actually done really well. That was another song that she took lead on. I think people just need to stop hating as much, but it's never going to be different.
My favorite tracks from the Mean Girls soundtrack are Sexy, obviously.
So good, yep. Of course.
I listen to that while I'm walking all the time. And the dance break. Yes. I love the dance break. The choreography was so good in the movie. So good. And then I also really liked I'd Rather Be Me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think that was just like the performance was so good. Like I said, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the girl who played Janice, oh my god, was she incredible.
And you know who that is? I didn't realize this till after. It's the person that sung Moana as Moana.
Oh my god.
That's crazy, right? I never realized till after.
Okay. That is crazy.
Which is really cool. No, yeah, like the shots, like what you were just talking, like dance, like the choreography, like so much of it was shot in like one shot. Like, so that's like the party scene was really cool, like how they like done it all in one shot. Like it's so cool. Avantika for Sexy was such a good portrayal, and just the way she like delivers the lines of like I'll cure sex cancer. She's like, well, that's not a thing. She's like, oh, I've done it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's like the best part.
And Renee again as well. We've not even spoken about Renee, and that's like the main thing why people are talking. But
so good.
Renee was awesome in this. World Burn. Someone gets heart. Incredible.
Oh my god! Like her voice is like amazing. Like she is incredible.
It was so good. I'd quickly, before we got off of it, I seen you reacted to a tweet that someone had like recorded, and it was when they were going into like Stupid with Love song, and it was like everybody was laughing. Like, did that happen at yours?
No, did that happen at
No,
yours?
but like so what was it? Was it just that people didn't realize it was musical? Because I don't know how they haven't, because it's marketed as one.
I know. I think that it was that. I think it's like people didn't realize it was a musical, and then they were just like, oh my god, like, why is she just randomly start singing? And I'm like, well, it's a musical. Like, that's how it works.
And that was the fourth song in it as well. So what were they doing for the first?
I know. Like, they probably were. I'm assuming that they also probably, like, okay, like, the first song, like, maybe you wouldn't know.
Yeah, fair.
But, like, after that, like, you should be able to tell. Like, if there's that much singing in a movie, it's definitely a musical. But it's crazy that, like, you could, like, come into a movie and, like, not just Google it at least. Like, yeah, okay, the billboard says Mean Girls, but there's, like, a big musical logo in it, and, like, if you type it into Google once, you could see that it's a musical remake. It's not just Mean Girls.
And they're definitely never going to put Renee Rapp in something without using, like, without
Their voice.
literally, like, that's you can't have that casting without, like, literally using the voice. Like, it's, I don't know, it's an interesting thing.
Her voice is incredible. Like, I mean, she's a good actor, but I also just don't think, like, I think, like, you cast her in something that's, like, musical and acting for sure, but I feel like people just are stupid. They're just stupid. Like, they don't know how to get information other than if it's, like, shown to them in their face on a TikTok feed or something. But such is life. If you haven't seen the Mean Girls musical movie, go watch it. We highly recommend it.
I mean, you can always go look at slime tutorials of Sabrina Carpenter playing in it, as well as Renee Rapp. So if you want to find out, they done a stint on Broadway as well. So yeah, really cool.
Slay.
Yeah, it was slay. Talk about our other love now. Eras tour. It's coming back in a little bit of time.
It is coming back, so it's coming back soon. February 11th, I believe. Let me just double check before I say wrong things.
We love spreading misinformation on this podcast.
Oh, February 7th.
God, you were out. What is the 11th? Is the 11th like a... 11th is a...
That's a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. We'll all be watching that anyway. I don't even know if...
I mean, we don't know if Travis is in it, so we might not.
Oh my god, this is such a side statement. Did you see about Jason?
It's a lie. Like, he said on the I listened to the podcast with him and Travis. And he said that, like, he hasn't decided yet. They're just, like, spreading.
It's so sad though, like, that they are, like, sort of, like, taking this, like, moment off him. It's just, like, let him decide.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let him decide and let him make a statement himself before, like, saying anything.
Sad. Sorry, I fully interrupted you. I just brain just went.
It's fine. So yeah, Eras Tour Tokyo, first shows of 2024. Do you think, like, anything's gonna change? I don't think so. I think it'll be the same show. I think people are starting to get their boxes. Like, I saw some Australians posting, and like you get, like, the physical ticket, right?
Yeah.
Like the commemorative ticket, and on the commemorative ticket it says 2023.
I seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
It's crazy. Like, I just can't believe that they charge so much money for something because they know people are desperate to just get a ticket, and then, like, just don't even, like, put in any quality control. Like, I feel so bad for the people who bought it.
Like, I can't even see where they've went wrong. Like, no, I can. I guess they've just, like, printed everything at the same time for, like, 2023, but then, like, I don't know, like, people are paying so much, so just stop cutting corners. I don't know, I think it's so dumb. Like,
it's UMG. I mean, we have so many issues with Taylor's merch company, and I don't know. I'm assuming it's the same people. It's probably also the tour promoter. Yeah. But it's all shit. And I'm sorry if you got a VIP box and you ended up with something that you can't even use.
Imagine that you go to, like, use it and they're like, oh, you're not allowed in. This is 2023. What we do? This is 24.
No, I mean, it's a commemorative ticket, so I don't think you're able to use it. But even, like, I wouldn't want to put that up in my room.
Looks fake, right?
Like, that's what people have it for, right? It's just like, it's like, why does it say the wrong day? Like, it's just
Someone just got a fake ticket. It genuinely probably would look like that, and it's just been like a mistake, like obviously made because it's like fake or whatever, but it's not. And you've probably paid like £100+ for not just for that, but like that's the main, like that's also a big
for
part
that box.
of it.
That's just like some piece of paper and a tote bag. Like that's like $30 max. Like a few posters and a tote bag.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's I don't think there's going to be any changes to the set list initially. I think we might see some. It really depends.
Yeah.
Like I think Long Live's going to be on there now.
Oh yeah, permanently. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens when Paramore opens. But I hope she doesn't cut Long Live because I want to see Long Live because obviously when I went, Long Live wasn't on the set list, and Jack hasn't seen Long Live either because he hasn't gone yet, and
I need to see it.
We'll be sad if it gets cut.
I will be the.
We want Castles Crumbling added and nothing cut.
So true. See, if you go to Edinburgh and you hear someone screaming Long Live, it's probably me.
Yeah.
Like I will make it as loud as possible. I might not have a voice for the podcast, but
wait, is Edinburgh the first date with Paramore opening?
I don't actually know. Sorry, let us double. We're so good at this. Let us double check.
I know. No, so France is May 9th, and that is the first date with Paramore.
Oh, right, okay. I just hope they don't cut it. But I don't know. I'm just excited to see either way, but I'd really love to hear Long Live live. I'm still really nervous about my surprise songs, but again, I'm someone who obviously has my picks and what I'd want to hear, but I'm just going to be happy with hearing something that it's not been performed.
It'll be good. It'll be good regardless. We will have the best time. Anyway, I think there's not that much Eras Tour stuff. Something else. So Ariana announced that her 7th album, called Eternal Sunshine, which I think is an incredible name for an album.
Yes, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I know we talked about Yes and last week, so if you didn't hear that, go back and listen to last week's episode if you want to hear our thoughts on that. But Eternal Sunshine, it's an incredible name for an album. It's going to be out March 8th, so we'll definitely talk about it when it's out. Go through track by track like we usually do. It'll be fun. But speaking of Ariana, like, there's been a lot of stuff about her, like, trying to obviously get Yes and to Hot 100 #1, releasing, like, the instrumental version and the extended version of Yes and like, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter of, like, people, like, comparing Ariana and Taylor, and I just want to say, like, I think it's unfair on both of them because they're both doing incredible things as artists, not just as artists, but as, like, Ariana's doing, like, her whole, like, beauty line as well. Like, I think they're doing incredible things on their own, and they're both doing very different things. I think the sound of Taylor's music versus Ariana's music is so different. Like, if you just in that sense, I mean, Ariana spent time doing Wicked. She's, has her own makeup line. Taylor is working on becoming a film director. She, directs all of her music videos herself. She's an incredible songwriter. I think when you look at all the things that the two of them do, they're so different. So why are we comparing them? Like, they're two people who are very good at what they do, and that's it. And I think people who are like, oh my god, like, Ariana has to make all these variations to get a Hot 100 #1. Taylor would never do that. Like, Taylor did do that. Look at how many versions of an anti-hero there are. Like, it's just label tactics that they use, and every artist does them, and I don't think there's any point, like, fighting about it on Twitter.
Like, you're always going to have it, I think, with it, but you don't have it with, like, I don't know, it's so dumb. I just hate this whole, like, I hate everything to do with, like, Stan Wars and, like, all this. Like, why? I honestly, I don't have any hatred toward any artist because I like another artist, so I just hate that that's a thing. People are allowed their opinions, but why is it such a hard thing to just not mention that artist or, like, not talk about the artist? And you're never going to change how Stan Twitter is because it's been like that forever. But it's like, if you don't like Ariana's music, if you don't like Taylor's music, like,
just move on with your life. Like, it's that easy. Like, just stan who you stan and move on. Like, it's not like I think it comes down to, like, Taylor has blown up and Ariana stans are trying to be like, oh my god, like I can't believe that like my fave hasn't blown up like that, because like obviously Ariana has been like doing Wicked, she's been very busy doing other things that aren't making albums, which is what she wants to do. And if you were a stan of her, you would support that. I mean, I'm like a stan of Ariana. I'm also a stan of Taylor, like I would say. And like I kind of like lost, like we talked about this before, but I've like lost interest in Ariana lately, like in the since Positions. Pretty much I didn't really like Positions at all. And I think that's fine and valid, and me being still being a big stan of Taylor, like I think it's not a comparison contest. Like I'm still excited for Ariana's new music, just because I listen to Taylor too doesn't make it bad. Like it's not a competition, and I think making it a competition on stan Twitter makes it even worse for like these women being compared online. I mean, we see it with Beyonce and Taylor all the time as well, like when people were comparing like Renaissance Tour and Eras Tour, and it's like they're incredible women breaking so many boundaries in so many different ways in their own right, and they should be celebrated for that, and they're friends. So why do we care about who is selling more tickets at their tour, who is getting more streams on Spotify? Like, who literally cares?
Yeah.
They are both incredibly successful.
You touched on it so well there. Like, they've both focused on different things this year, and that was the main thing I seen from like Taylor fans, like Swifties, I guess, is that Ariana tried to break this record, or not this break not so much break a record, but like, well, there was a record involved, but or like and chart, but it's like you're comparing someone who is literally been there's not a day Taylor's not in the news, like for like anything, like it's just like social media and like news channels use her name for like clicks and everything like that, because she's everywhere right now. Like she's the highest like a search like term, and our team done that and stuff, like to also, that's part of it. But it's like she's chosen to do this year. She's chosen to do the tour. She's going out and doing whatever she wants to do, which is her life, right? She's allowed to. Ariana's been in a completely different space. Like she's been doing Wicked, she's been working on her businessy, she's been like pretty much making the album. Like she's not been around to like be as active and like be as like aware, like so people aren't as aware. Like, so obviously she dropped like her new stuff, but people aren't gonna be constantly like tuned in because Ariana's not done anything for a while. And whereas like if Taylor dropped something, it would be different, because Taylor's, it would be like everybody would know about it because Taylor's everywhere at the minute. Like it doesn't mean that Ariana's like smaller or anything like that. It just means that Ariana's focused elsewhere at the minute. So like for her to come back in and drop this is like, she's done really well for where it's been. Like in, like I don't know.
I think in any sense, I mean, this is Ariana's 7th album.
Yeah.
She had a long break. She was doing other things, and now she's coming back. And it's like that stuff doesn't just happen overnight. Like the way, like how Taylor like grew so much popularity during Folklore, and then even more during Red, and even more during Midnights. Like that did not happen overnight. And like they're at completely different points in their careers, so it's weird to compare them. Who knows? Ariana could release a single next week and it be TikTok popular, breaking a shit ton of records. You do not know what could happen in this like era of like TikTok famous songs. So like don't be like that on the internet. Just be happy that people are being successful. I think it's important, and that's literally it.
No, I agree with you fully. I just hate that there's this whole like every time something happens there always has to be such a big fuss about it. Can we not just like have people create art and just like, I don't know, it really annoys me. I don't know, but maybe it's like because we're not in it as much anymore, but like it doesn't, I was never like that. I don't know, I just
no, I don't think I was. Maybe I was like that. Maybe I just don't remember being like that. Anyway. Let's move on to our next topic. Our next topic is my t-shirt. No,
it's fine. Yeah, we're talking a full segment about Ray's t-shirt.
Yeah, my t-shirt is so great. No, anyway.
No, I can.
He released he released a Homesick with
Sam
what's it called?
Sam Fender, yeah.
Okay. He released Homesick with Sam Fender.
I thought you just said gnome sick there and it made me laugh. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I honestly really like this collab. I think he posted that video with like his brother and everyone's like, oh my god, are you collabing with your brother? And I'm like, pretty much. I feel like Sam Fender's like the British version of Noah Khan.
Yeah, I feel that. I think like I don't know why, like I just fully thought he was gonna do that, and we're like it would be so cute to see, but like Sam Fender is like such an amazing choice for this song. I don't know, I just the from where like from I can't speak from where Sam Fender's from. I think there's a lot of like similarities between like New England and stuff, and a lot of like people are being like,
Old England.
yeah, that's what people are saying, like, oh, a homesick between New England and Old England. But it's no one ever really messes with these collabs, and he hasn't yet. But he also revealed to us that he has a couple more like under his sleeve, and we are trying to figure out who they are.
Yeah, who they are. I think we talked about this before we recorded, but we think that like we're hopeful, but we really hope that like Sixth Season with Maisie Peters happens, because obviously Maisie had that verse of Sixth Season that she posted on TikTok, and I think it's just like if anything, I think that he has said before that Maisie inspired Sixth Season a lot, and so I think she has to have a collab. She has to. It needs to happen for my sanity.
See, if it happens, do you think it'll be the version that we know of, like where Maisie changed the lyrics a little bit, or do you think it will be like very like it'll just be like a normal collab?
No, I really hope it's the version we know. It's so good. I always sing that like, oh, it's just like every time I hear it, I just love it. Like if you haven't, you should go. Listen to
it's
that.
so
but,
good.
Yeah, I hope it's that.
I don't know what other ones.
And I saw on Reddit somebody said Your Needs My Needs featuring Phoebe Bridgers. Oh, that would be so
Oh
good.
shit, yep. I can see it. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
Okay. A lot of people have been speculating Sixth Season with Olivia Rodrigo, because obviously Olivia did the BBC Radio 1 cover of it. I think if I'm gonna be mad if he picks Olivia over Maisie for Sixth Season. I think Olivia would be great to cover with. What if they did the three of them? Triple collab.
That would break the internet. That genuine.
That would break the internet.
It would break me.
For real.
I don't know if it would break the internet, but I'd be broken.
Same. That would be insane.
I want to see him do something. Yeah. So another kind of idea that was floating around before, like with his brother and after before the Sam Fender stuff, was Marcus Mumford.
Oh yeah.
I think part of me's like maybe Paul Revere, but I really want to see like You're Gonna Go Far with someone.
Yeah, You're Gonna Go Far. I've also like I think You're Gonna Go Far is good. Gracie's Everywhere Everything was so good.
It's so good.
So good.
If we didn't get Everything Everywhere with Gracie, I have a feeling it would have been The View Between Villages extended, or like maybe not the extended version, but I think it fits like their sort of vibe. I don't know. We don't want too much, but I
feel like Dermot Kennedy is also a good option.
Oh yeah,
for a Noah collab. I think that would be good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it's interesting. I think it's actually kind of cool that like he's essentially creating a new version of Sixth Season with all these collabs, like a collab version of the album, which is actually kind of iconic. What if he does the whole album? That would be crazy.
A lot of people usually like hate the tactic of collabs to like boost like things, but I don't think anybody minds. Like I genuinely have not seen one person that's like, oh, you're doing too much. Because he's so good at picking them. That's
obviously the reason he's doing it, but like I still like it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna complain about content.
But he's like so good at picking them, so it's like I don't even care. Like I would now want to hear Phoebe Bridgers and Noah Khan together.
I would die. I would for real die.
Let us know your like dream collabs with like Noah, and I mean I don't think we'll ever get like Taylor and Noah.
No.
That'll never happen. I don't think. It'd be sick if it did,
No.
but I just don't think their music would, unless
I just don't think that's ever gonna happen. Like I just.
it'd be
I don't
it'd be a
know.
weird.
I think if anything, if Taylor and Noah were to collab, it would maybe be like on debut. I don't
That'd be
know.
interesting. I feel like we've missed our spot with like
Yeah.
Evermere. What? Evermore.
Evermore. Yeah, Evermore would have been perfect. I think also I saw someone saying about like Casey Musgraves featuring on debut. Not to completely change the
Oh.
topic, but that
Yeah,
would be
Casey
quite fun.
Musgrave's voice is beautiful, like genuinely beautiful.
Yeah.
I kind of don't
so
want like
stunning.
debut to be touched because I love debut, but I also would be really interesting to see it like in a new light.
Like on a vault track.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not like on like an original one. No,
No,
it'd be interesting though.
I don't think she would do that. Yeah, it would be. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty much.
I don't
No,
know.
we're done. Except one, there is one new music track that came out again, same day as Noah, by an artist that I'm really like obsessed with, and we're gonna do like these music deep dives, and I'm gonna force Ray to listen as well, so that'll be one of
Yes.
them.
Oh my god,
But it's
scary.
it's a track called America by Siv Jakobsen. I can never pronounce the name. They are a folk singer from Norway, and they just released around this time last year an album called Gardening, but they've released like a sort of like extended track that was gonna originally not be on it, but it was like recorded around the same time, and it's called America,
Oh my
SIV
god.
Jakobsen. They're honestly really cool, and they're still like remotely small, but their music's really stunning, and it's really good. So go
That's
listen
so
to
slay.
it. And that's us this month. Gosh, monthly episodes
This month.
this week.
Wow.
We'll be back.
This week. Well, actually, it's
yeah,
not
that's
really us this week. We will be releasing on Sunday our Grammys predictions, like full long video style. So be sure to check that out and be back here on Sunday, which is crazy how quickly a new episode will be out. And we know this is short, but we hope the additional content a few days later makes up for it.
We're really trying to bring you everything we possibly can. So if you want to join the Discord, or join us on any of our socials, they're all linked in the description below. It'd be really cool to see you over there. Again, let us know your like sort of dream Noah collab in the comments below, or tweet at us if you're listening on any other social like podcast platform, and we will see you on Sunday with our Grammy predictions.
Bye.
Bye.